Hello and welcome to Boomer Live. Today I'm here to talk about the team of the season of UEFA Champions League. And I have Anahat joining me today to talk about it. How are you doing, Anahat? And how excited are you to talk about it?
I'm good, Abel. Yeah, excited. Now the season has come to an end, but yeah, excited to talk about the team of the season.
Of course, because this Champions League has been a topsy-turvy one, right? Before we go into the team of the season, I want to know, what did you make of the Champions League at large? Because Real Madrid winning it was a big thing. 14 Champions League. What did you make of it at large? Because did you think it was one hell of a journey for Real Madrid?
Definitely. I mean, the draw that they got, it was very tough. Right from PSG to Chelsea, City, and then Liverpool, and they always came out on top. So that was fantastic. I think by Real Madrid. I think it's a great achievement for Ancelotti and the entire squad again of so many 9 players entering with 5 Champions League titles now in that squad. So I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
absolutely, it was great
Absolutely.
for Madrid.
I mean, you have to give it to the Real Madrid team because they showed a lot of self belief through the course of the tournament. Especially, we did speak about them quite a lot of times, especially through our quarterfinal preview, semi-final preview, and also the final preview as well. Finally, they've gone on to win it as we all predicted as well. We gave them the edge in the final as well. Let's get to the team of the season. Anand, who do you reckon should be between the sticks? Because it's a debatable thing, right? You had an Alisson who had a very good season. You
Definitely.
had a Ederson who had a good season. Then you had a Courtois who had one hell of a game in the final as well. So who's your choice for
Definitely.
it?
No, I think even though, Courtois, I think exceptionally well in the final. And I think throughout the season, I think he was he's a strong personality always between the stick. He always seems reliable. So I think over everyone, even Allison, of course, had a great season. But, I think Courtois, I mean, when it mattered the most, he made 9 saves in that
Yeah.
game. A couple of nice shots by Salah, but I think he deserves to be in the team of the season because when it mattered the most, he stood right up there.
I mean, for me, I thought he played the game of his life. I've never seen Courtois being that good. Always there has been a question about his reflexes especially when he was with Chelsea as well. One of the biggest question was whether can he save the shots in the far post as well. But in that game against Salah, against Mane, he kept his team at it, and that's one of the reasons why, even though it was a 1-0 win, it could have been more worse if not for Courtois, and you have to give it for him. And just for that game, at least he makes it a team of the
Definitely.
season, isn't it? Another player, I mean, let's go to the right back position. I personally like him because, even I feel he should be starting for England as well every game. It's been Trent Alexander-Arnold. He had a terrific season yet again. Every time when Liverpool does well, Trent Alexander-Arnold does well because he's been an impactful player on the right-hand side, and he's been really well working with Mohamed Salah, and also putting in those balls for Robertson from the other end. Switching the sides, putting in the balls for Sadio Mane, and also for Luis Diaz as well. Tell me about him as well, Anand. What did you make of his season, and how
Definitely.
big an impact did he create for Liverpool this season?
I think absolutely. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold finished second highest, right? I think in assists, and I mean
Yeah.
he was absolutely great. I think he was highest. I'm not sure, but I think Alexander-Arnold was absolutely great in the Premier League as well. And the crosses, and anyone who doubted him or even compared him with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think definitely they will be thinking again now. So yeah, as you said, Robert Alexander-Arnold for right back.
Right. When we speak about Alexander Arnold, every time you remember that corner which he took against Barcelona, because that is the kind of player he is. He is quick. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's very calm under pressure, and even defensively, he's come of ages as well in the last couple of seasons working under Klopp. Let's talk about centre back position because it's a debatable one. Many people might not agree, but it was a tough choice. You had Antonio Rudiger who had a terrific season. Then you have definitely from the Real Madrid team, you had a Alaba who had a very decent season at the back line as well. One player you would really like to keep in your team, Anad.
I think Pau Torres definitely, because I think a big reason Villarreal got so far in the Champions League was Pau Torres because he's such a great ball playing defender. And, many big clubs in England have been wanting him since the last 2, 3 years now. And, he was solid through the groups and even against Juventus and Bayern, in the knockouts, he was absolutely fantastic. So I think he's a big match
Absolutely.
player. And
Right.
I think Pau Torres definitely should make the team of the season this time.
Absolutely. For me, he also had a revelation of a season, and he was one of the catalysts in leading Villarreal to that semi-final as well. Even against Bayern, even against Juventus, he was rock solid there. He made sure nobody passed him. And against Liverpool, uh, you can't really blame him. It was some of the goalkeeper errors which led to Villarreal's downfall as well. But there also, even in those two leg tie, he gave it all. He had to make it to the team of the season. It would have been just unfair if he wouldn't have. I know many people would definitely debate over Antonio Rudiger as well, but let's talk about another player. For me, another player who makes the cut is Van Dijk. When you talk about Liverpool and their success story, you have to include Van
Of
Dijk in it. Just the leadership role he brings in, just the kind of technique he has, one of the best playing centre backs across the world, if you look at it, and the kind of ability he's got as well, the pace, the skill, the guile. No, Van Dijk is the man for me. Him and Pau Torres will make a great pair with Courtois at the back as well. I don't think we have to debate any further on that. Let's go to the
course.
left back position now. Who's that one player who impressed you in the left back position? Because even that position is a debatable position because there have been a lot of left backs who had a very good season. If you look at UEFA Champions League this season,
Definitely. No, I think this time for me, Robertson. I think Andy Robertson. I think he had a great season. I mean, we had to exclude him from our Premier League team of the season because Cancelo has such great numbers, and I mean, even the Champions League, Cancelo did score a couple of goals, but I think Robertson defensively and in terms of sheer hard work and determination, he was he made the. I think he was instrumental in making the run to the final possible, even though he made a big mistake that led to the goal in the final actually. But I think in the run to the final, Robertson has been absolutely instrumental for Liverpool, and I think he should be on the team of the season for Champions League.
absolutely, because Robertson, every time you speak about Trent Alexander-Arnold, you got to have Robertson also in the team because that's what makes that pair work together, and which also makes the team also really good because their chemistry, switching the wings, is just exemplary, and it just looks like the Liverpool backline, one would say so, but then the backline has been terrific. The reason why they reached the Champions League final, and one of the reasons why they won the Champions League in 2019 as well. Let's definitely go to the midfield now because midfield, when we speak about midfielders, one man who had a terrific season yet again is the genius in Luka Modric. In the final, you saw him play a very deep role, but he's such a versatile player that you could play him as a creative midfielder. You could play him in the back to just to cover those half spaces on the left hand side or the right hand side. And yet again, in the quarterfinal, in the semi final, when the team required him the most, he was very calm under pressure.
Absolutely.
He showed his experience, isn't it?
I think Modric, as you said, he's a genius, and now the Croatian team will be looking forward to him doing well in the Nations League as well, and for the World Cup. So I think Modric, and he also signed an extension on his contract recently. I think it
Right.
was yesterday he signed a 1 year extension. So yeah, he's committed another year. At 36, he's being offered a contract at a club like Real Madrid. So I think definitely, I think that speaks volumes.
Definitely. Let's talk about another midfielder who did defensively well, isn't it? Uh, who do you reckon can be fitting in that position of a number six in this team? Because we have a number eight or a number 10 in Modric. Now let's talk about a number six who can do the dirty work in the team. Who do you reckon will be doing that?
I think Fabinho, Fabinho is one of the many examples of Klopp's masterclass in the transfer market ever since he's arrived at Liverpool. And this season again, Fabinho has been excellent in midfield, always hungry for the ball, great win percentage, tackles, picking up great passes, looking comfortable on the ball always, and making even those around him very comfortable. So I think Fabinho has been excellent. And there were many midfielders who were in for the run. I mean, Casemiro, Cruz, but I think Fabinho has been absolutely, there for Liverpool this season in the Champions League.
I mean, I reckon we already revealed who's going to be the next midfielder. But then, uh, before that, like to give a special mention to Casimiro as well because Casimiro had a terrific season. Just yet again he
Absolutely.
proved that why he's such a prominent midfielder in Europe, and he still got it. I'll call him the Trimurti, Modric, Casimiro, Cruz because they're like they never get old and they just keep going, isn't it? Because every time you see them, they just keep going. They just keep doing things. Oh, we've got Ankit Baya from Almighty Sports Plus joining us. Hi. It was great to have you on board in the last episode. Soon we'll be talking with you. on team of the season as well. It'll be interesting to see if you have a different point, if you have another team of the season as well, because I know your none of the
Definitely.
Chelsea players we've been able to include in this team, but nonetheless, we will keep them.
Absolutely, and we're always open to all suggestions in the comments. So keep them
Yeah,
coming, and maybe we'll reconsider and do another live later.
definitely, definitely. Another player, I can't get over Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne had a terrific season with City, and in the clutch situation, the clutch games, you could say the game against Real Madrid, he just wasn't looking fit. But other than that, every game when City needed him, he stepped up, isn't it?
Absolutely, I think as you said rightly.
Absolutely.
Can
I
you hear
mean,
me?
yeah, you are audible. You're audible, totally audible. Yeah, because for me, I thought Kevin De Bruyne was one player. Every season he puts it all, and he really deserves that Champions League with City. If one player who really deserves it, because he's been a revelation for City, and as I speak, maybe Chelsea fans will be already feeling it. I can I can already see him. I can already see Ankit in the comment section as well, because Chelsea fans will be feeling it more than anybody else. Because though you know Chelsea had an opportunity to keep him, then he went to Wolves, came back to City, but then since then, Kevin De Bruyne has been a revelation to any team of the season.
Yeah, at
Within
Wolfsburg,
Premier League.
I mean, De Bruyne really established himself, and I think even yesterday, De Bruyne, showed his disappointment on. Still, I think he's carrying that sorrow because yesterday Belgium really thrashed their opposition. Yesterday, I think
Yeah,
it was Poland. Yeah, it was Poland, and Lewandowski was the only one who opened scoring, and then Belgian team got 6 goals. So De Bruyne, as usual, was critical in that. So I think right. I mean, De Bruyne, the season he's had, definitely he deserves to be in the team of the season.
yeah, because we are keeping three forwards in this team as well. Who do you reckon will be, in the left wing's position, Anand?
I think Lewandowski can, definitely. Before I make this pick, I need to tell you that goal scorers, I think we really like goal scorers. So we're going to take goal scorers for the forwards picks. I mean, even Vinicius, mentioned, and special credit to Vinicius and all the other wingers, who did really well. But I think Lewandowski, as usual, another year, great campaign, second highest scorer in the Champions League, full of goals, and kind of conventional number nine, 13 goals in 10 games. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got 3 more goals than he's played games, even at, I mean, he's quite a veteran now, and still, he year on year, he keeps getting these
Do you
performances, I
reckon
think.
it was the last time you saw him in a Bayern jersey?
Definitely. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of speculation going on, but I don't think Barcelona. I mean, if they can afford him, it's great. You know, but who really knows? What goes behind. So till the last moment, till the deal is finalized, I think it's
Yeah.
best, to leave it to those people who uh, are the experts.
I mean, for me, when we speak about Lewandowski, we speak about his age. People say once you're 32, 33, maybe your strike force is really not that good. But then I feel alongside Lewandowski was another player who just showed that age is just a number, because we'll be talking about Karim Benzema later on. But then these two players have lit up European football at this very point, especially with their clinical performance. You just give them a little bit of space and they make the most out of it. And that's why you love these strikers. Another goal scorer who I'd really like to keep in my team is Haller from Ajax, because Ajax are one of my favorite teams as well. And I loved watching him play, especially in the group stages. They had a clinical record in the group stage where they won all their games. And of course, they fell short to Benfica, unfortunately. But nonetheless, you would take that at some stage. But what a player he has been through this Champions League, also, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think he finished his European campaign with 11 goals in 8 games, and I think by any standards, that's terrific. I mean, finishing third highest in the Champions League and turning out of the group stages with the joint top scorer along with Lewandowski. And later on, Benzema caught up really fast, but I think Aller, I think he did really, really well.
Absolutely. I would really like to keep him in my team as well, because I think, with De Bruyne in the midfield, he'll be like feeding balls to him and he'll be able to finish it quite clinically as well. But let's talk about the last pick. It was a no-brainer. Everybody unanimously agreed to it. It is none other than Karim Benzema. Uh, before we get any further, do you reckon he is the best player in Europe right now and he deserves that Ballon d'Or?
Absolutely. I think you have those memes going around where now Benzema is owner of multiple clubs in Europe.
Yeah.
Through the quarterfinal stages and through the knockouts. I mean, we've seen every time, he's pulling rabbits out of his hat, Benzema, and scoring big goals in big moments against really, really big clubs. So, I think you said it. I mean, Karim Benzema, what a season he's had. And I think, of course, we discussed this earlier as well. He's our man for Ballon d'Or this time.
I mean, it'll be very interesting to see if he gets the Ballon d'Or, because this time around, if he doesn't, it's going to be a robbery in the daylight. That's how I would like to
Absolutely.
sum up.
I mean, with all the tough time he had with the national team, with Cristiano leaving Madrid and all expectations being on Benzema, I think he's really, really delivered them. Again without the big stars, even Bale, being out most of the time, and the team I think has done really well, and Benzema I think has been a great leader at Real Madrid this season.
Absolutely. And that's pretty much our team of the season. I'll just put it up once again so that you all can see this is our team of the season, which Boomer 11 likes to present, because it's got variety in the back line. It's got terrific midfield with creativity in Modric and De Bruyne with Fabinho at number six, a solid number six there. And in the strike force, nobody can argue with that strike force this season, because Haller, Benzema, Lewandowski, these three lads have been in top form this season, and I reckon, give me a better team to beat this team, because this team is going to give run for the money to some of the greatest Champions League teams as well. So we're very happy to pick this team. Before we end it, Anand, some final words.
I think now, Nations League really exciting. I mean, I've been always creating my team on the Boomer 11 app for Nations League. So I
Yeah.
think, really excited for the Nations League, and then the World Cup, and even like, the Cricket World Cup coming up. Really excited for all these things, man.
Absolutely. And do not forget, today is India taking on South Africa as well later on today. And we'll be providing you all the latest actions, fantasy predictions, memes, sporting content. So do follow us on Instagram for that. Also follow us on Twitter, because that's where we'll be doing the spaces where we'll be doing preview of every game. And after the game, we'll be coming for a post-match analysis with me and Sandeep Mani as well alongside Jones. So you don't want to miss out on any of the action which we provide. And also play our fantasy contest for absolute free of cost with Boomer 11, because you can pick, play, and win for absolute free of cost. And this is your opportunity. Do not miss out on that. Thank you, Anand, for joining. It was a pleasure talking to you. I hope you all enjoyed as well. If you have your team of the season, comment down below.